Subscribe now. Today we're going to be discussing the ABCs of wood turning: anchor, bevel, cut. Starting off with the anchor. Now anchor, what I mean by this is just anchoring your tool to the tool rest. This is very self-explanatory, but it is very important. Throughout wood turning, you want to make sure that your tool is properly anchored to the tool rest. So we're putting downward pressure on the tool into the tool rest. The B is the bevel. What I'm going to show you here is a skew chisel. Now a skew chisel does have two bevels, so it only depends on the bevel that's pointing down towards the wood. So basically what you're going to do is once you anchor your tool to the tool rest, you're going to put that bevel on the wood and just let that ride. Now we're not engaging the cutting edge yet, so you're going to see here that the bevel is riding on the wood, but the cutting edge is still above the wood. So while that wood is spinning, you're going to be resting your tool on the wood, but we're not making any cuts yet. So anchor, bevel. Now we'll start engaging the cutting edge with this cut. So what you're going to see here, we're going to start with the anchor, then we're going to ride the bevel, and now what we're going to do is slowly lift the tool handle until you start seeing some shavings coming off at the tool edge, at the cutting edge. Once you see some shavings, you've got the tool handle at the right height, and now we can proceed with the cut slowly and smoothly.
Anchor, bevel, raise until you start seeing those shavings. Now we're cutting.
So with the skew, an important thing to keep in mind when we're doing a regular planing cut, you want the cutting edge to be at a 45-degree angle with the wood that you're cutting. So the wood's coming straight down, we need that edge to be at 45 degrees. When you do that and you move the tool towards your cut, you're going to see these tiny curlicue shavings. So you can see those coming off the tool. You want to cut with the lower third of that skew. You can see where the shavings are coming off on that cutting edge. Bunch of little curlicue shavings. So we're going to use the planing cut on the skew to finish turning this blank down to round. You can notice that we're leaving that 45-degree angle on the cutting edge, so we're getting a better clean cut.
You can also do long point down if you'd like. That increases the angle in which you have to hold your tool out here. So one more time, anchor, bevel, cut. Anchor, bevel, cut.
So that pretty well covers the skew. Now we'll talk about the spindle gouge. The main difference with the spindle gouge is we only have one bevel. So when we're riding the bevel, that's the bevel we're talking about.
Okay, anchor, bevel, cut. So we're going to raise that handle slowly, riding the bevel until we start seeing that shaving start to come off there. Now when we're using this tool, we don't want to cut like this. That's not an ideal way to cut with this tool. You're going to invite a catch this way. So what you want to do is you want to turn the flute the direction in which you're trying to cut. So keeping a bevel, I've got the flute pointed in the direction I want to cut. Okay, flute's open, it's pointing this way, bevel still riding the wood. Raise the handle until we start getting some shavings. And we're going to proceed with the cut. Okay. So anchor, bevel, cut. Okay, that's the spindle gouge. Still got some ways to go, so let's go ahead and round off the rest of this blank using our ABCs of wood turning. You can hear it. Over here we're pretty smooth, and over here you're going to pick up a thump. So smooth, thump. So that'll tell you when you stop the lathe, you round over here and you got a thump over here. Okay, so you still got a little bit to go yet over here. And pay close attention to the surface of the wood. See how the grain doesn't look great? See how it's all tore out here? It's looking nasty. It's not a very smooth cut. Right there you can see nastiness. Now we're going to do this shear scrape. And then we'll take a look at the surface of the wood after that. Okay? Do it a couple times here. We got very similar shavings to what we had with the Skew, curly cues. Now we'll stop it and take a look at it this time. But now the surface is much cleaner. That's the surface that's ready for sanding now. No picked up grains, no tear out. Much, much cleaner surface. So that's one way to get a clean surface. If you're not comfortable with a Skew chisel will give you the same type of a cut, same type of a finish. Okay, so now let's get to making something. I want to make just a little box here. I think I got enough wood left to do that. Okay. Very, very tight fitting lid. Little box. You can put your weed in there.
What do you use it for?
You put your weed in here.
Don't do that.